What's going on, boys? I got the MLB picks for you for Thursday, July 10th. Now, before I get into anything, if you boys could drop a like and subscribe, that'd be absolutely awesome. It would help me out a ton. So, anyone who goes and does that, I would really appreciate it. Also, I do have that code on Chalkboard. It's going to be SBL as per usual. Now, I know I say it a lot, but I do love Chalkboard. Chalkboard is one of, if not my favorite betting app right now. I think it is one of the best. So I absolutely love Chalkboard. They're dropping a ton of new stuff. They dropped a ton of new plays today. So definitely go check them out. If you guys do decide to go download that app and throw in my code when you're signing up, you're going to get all their free plays that they put up for every single sport, every single day, as well as a 100% deposit match up to $100 in all the green states you see right here, and a deposit match of up to 50% in all the purple states. Either way, doesn't matter. If you're in a colored state right here, you are getting free money to bet with if you sign up with my code. So obviously, if you guys do go sign up, I can help you guys out, get you some free picks, get you some free money, and it would help me out a ton if you guys go sign up. So win-win for everyone right there. That is absolutely awesome. Now to bounce over to prize picks for the plays. Also, I don't know if any of you guys notice. I know it's kind of minor changes as far as like where my camera is, but if you can't see, my background is getting a little bit emptier. I'm gearing up and like completely wiping out my whole room right now, getting ready to move out to Texas. So if my background looks a little bit dull and gets more dull over the next few videos, don't mind that. Once we get to Texas, I'm going to set up that room. It's going to be super sick. So I know it doesn't really matter, but don't mind that. I know it looks a little bit bummy right now. But to get into these plays, we're going to be going pretty quick for today. So our first one's going to be Juan Soto. We're taking him over 7.5 hitter fantasy score. Now, obviously, first thing we can see, he's been playing pretty well. Obviously, he was playing the Yankees and stuff, so good teams, but he still performed pretty well right there. So pretty pleased with that. But the reason that I like this play so much is he's playing Baltimore, but more specifically, he's playing against Charlie Morton, who against Charlie Morton, he has 12 at-bats, 8 hits. So he bats a .667 batting average, which is obviously really good. But to go with those 8 hits, he also has 7 walks. So this dude gets on base a ton against Morton, which is absolutely awesome. Obviously, a .667 batting average is really good, very consistent right there, and 12 at bats is enough for me to not just like think of that as a fluke, because obviously there's sometimes where guys will have like 3 or 4 at bats and be doing really good, but obviously that can just be like they had one crazy game. But obviously, Soto has played multiple games against this guy, continues to do well. So I'm very pleased with this as our first play. He's been playing good. He plays extremely consistent against Morton in particular. So I'm very confident with that as our first play. Now, our second play that we're going to get into is going to be Jarren Duran. Now, we did take him today. And he cashed massively for us. If I go look at it really quick, we took him at 8.5 hitter fantasy score. He had 25. So obviously completely slammed. He had a huge game today. As you could see, he had huge games the last 2 days, as a matter of fact. So he has been playing very well, obviously on an uptrend right here. He did have that 14 against Washington, but he took a little bit of a slip that last game against Washington in the first Colorado game. But clearly he has been going up. But again, I like this play so much because he bats 364 against Taj Bradley, who is the starting pitcher for Tampa Bay tomorrow. So obviously bats super well against him. But also, I said this in my last video that I took Jarren Duran in. He bats significantly better against righty pitchers. So on top of the fact that he already bats really well against Bradley, Bradley is a righty. So I love this play a lot. He's already an advantage because the dude's a righty, and he just bats very well against him in general. So I'm super pleased with this play as well. Obviously, bit of a trend here, taking a lot of hitter fantasy score. I've been feeling like those are our most consistent bets. I feel like we hit a lot more of those than anything else. So just trying something out today, seeing if we can get some of these guys to get some hits, do well. So I don't know what's been up. My pitcher picks have not been very good lately, so we're just seeing how the batting strategy will go. So with that being said, our third and final play is going to be Stephen Kwan. Also on that hitter fantasy score, like I just said, we're trying a bit of a strategy here. So obviously, last 2 games against Houston, pretty poor right there. However, obviously 15 and 7 in the ones before. So he hasn't been playing amazingly, but obviously Stephen Kwan is a great hitter. Um, but obviously he's playing the White Sox, as you can see right here. The White Sox are not very good at pitching, and on top of that, they are starting Jonathan Cannon, who is really not good at pitching. Specifically against Stephen Kwan, he has 6 at bats. 3 of those are hits, so obviously he's batting 500 against Jonathan Cannon. Now again, this is one of those things where 6 at bats, that is multiple games. So in multiple games, he is still batting 500, which is really, really good. So I'm very confident in this play as well. Obviously, all 3 of the plays we're taking, those guys all have a really good batting average against their respective opponents. So I'm very confident in these 3 plays right here. I think that all 3 of these should absolutely cash. Now, obviously, just to run over these 3 plays for you guys really quick, just a little review. More than 7.5 hitter fantasy score for Juan Soto. He is playing against Charlie Morton, who he bats 6.67 against. That is a huge batting average. It's really, really good. And on top of that, he has 7 walks. So he gets on base a ton against this dude. Very, very pleased with that. Our second one, Jaron Duran, more than 7.5 hitter fantasy score as well. He's playing against Taj Bradley. He bats 364 against Taj Bradley, which is obviously much higher than league average. So he has a way above league average batting average against this dude. So he bats really, really well against him, and he bats really, really well against righties. So I like that one a lot. Third and final, like I just said, Stephen Kwan. He bats 500 against Jonathan Cannon. So all 3 of these guys have a very good batting average, like I said earlier. So I'm very, very pleased with these 3 plays. Now, before I get out of here, I do have those VIP picks. That link is going to be down in the description, as well as the link to Chalkboard. Both those guys are going to be right next to each other down in the description. Also, I have noticed some of you guys have been checking out my VIP picks. I know there's one that says free picks. I'm not really going to post in there just because obviously I put all my free picks up here on YouTube. So there's just not really a reason for me to put anything in there. So if you guys do want to go sign up for the VIP picks, it's going to be the one that I actually think it does say VIP picks. So I know that like a few of you have signed up for the free picks, but just a little just a little warning, there's really not going to be anything in there. There's just no way for me to take that off my winnable page. So that kind of sucks. But if you guys do actually want to find those VIP picks, it's going to be $5 a month or $5 a week. I think it's weekly. I don't know. I'm going to have to check on that. But $5 a week, $5 a month. I think it's weekly. Either way, there's no way for you guys to get my VIP picks without paying for them. So I'm sorry about that, guys. But obviously, all my free picks are here on my YouTube channel. So really not a reason to go over there and sign up for the free one. However, that's all I've got for you guys. So obviously those 2 links down in the description. Other than that, I've got nothing more. So I love you boys. I will see you tomorrow.